Yeah, we were talking about the U visa thing.
Okay, so what I was saying is that if they're trying to prevent exploitation of H-1B workers, so presently if you complain to DOL, but you're out of status yourself because you're not getting paid, though it's no fault of your own, DOL or USCIS can take action against you. So they're trying to prevent that by creating a new, by giving the U visa benefit to the H-1B holders if they complain against their employer in a criminal case. A U visa already exists. It's an existing visa usually used for domestic violence or people who are witnesses in a crime and help the police, by standing witness. So they're going to extend that to the H visa scenario as well. So in addition to that, previously in the Comprehensive Immigration Reform Bill, there was a lot of border control, border security, a lot of money that was promised to building the wall, increasing the number of officers, and improving security that way. But Democrats have always been against building a wall, and they thought that it was wasteful to do so. Instead, what they're proposing in this bill is to improve security through technology by funding improved technology so that people crossing the border can be checked, vehicles crossing the border can be checked. And that way, rather than including, and also, drug trade can be prevented. So they're trying to strategize it better rather than just building a wall or a fence, trying to do this through technology, so that they've allocated some amount of money to do that and improve, the border. Also, there's been a lot of abuse in the past, and a lot of people who live by the border communities have always complained about this. And what is happening is the ICE or, other people in charge of border security have exploited people who are crossing illegally, who are close to the borders by unnecessarily, even when they are in status, harassing them if they come too close to the border, or arresting them, or in cases where people have illegally entered, instead of following the law, there's been violence committed against them, there's been rape, there's been a lot of issues with border patrol. Sometimes they've been shot when they didn't need to be. So this bill directs the government to basically look into that practice and to prevent, that this kind of this from happening. So the other thing is, of course, crackdown on criminal organizations. So we're talking about the smugglers. So they're putting in some effort and money into cracking down on illegal immigration, especially what they're trying to do, rather than target the people who are being smuggled, target the smugglers, the gangs that are often take thousands of dollars from these poor people, and they put them in a very dangerous situation. There have been instances where they've put them without food, water, and even air in closed containers or in a closed van, and they have found that people have died because of that. So they transport them, in an unsafe kind of way. So they're trying to prevent those smugglers from operating in the US. Also, the way to stop illegal immigration or people seeking asylum and seeking refugee status, mainly this is from South America, right? From the South American countries, from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras. So they want to try and look at the root of the problem as to why they're, in fact, embarking on these dangerous journeys from their country on foot, by foot most of the time, to the US border, and with children and infants. and trying to establish, number one, put in money into those countries so that crime can be prevented there, so that and the economic situation can be improved in those countries, so that they don't feel a need to come to a different country or to immigrate to a different country. And also for them to be able to process as refugees by staying in their own country. They should be able to request refugee status to the US, so that they don't have to embark on that dangerous journey and come to the border. They can do it in their own country, so that they are trying to formulate a plan and put in money into that program. So I think that's a great program to kind of stem the problem from the root itself, so that it doesn't happen. Of course, improve the immigration courts and protect vulnerable individuals. The Trump administration has really eroded the independence of the immigration court system. So they are trying to bring that back and restore some fairness and balance to the immigration system by providing judges with the discretion to review cases and grant relief, independently. So they are giving back the judges some of the powers that they should have. Also support asylum seekers and other vulnerable populations. The bill eliminates the 1-year filing deadline for asylum claims. This is great because previously, as per the present law, you have to apply for asylum within 1 year of your entry into the country. If you do not, then you have to show that there were some country conditions that changed, which are making you apply now, but you didn't apply before. Now, there could be various reasons why a person doesn't apply for asylum within the 1 year. Financial reason could be the biggest one, lack of resources, lack of knowing how to do it. And if you're traumatized, you're coming from a country and you've been politically persecuted, then it takes you time to get back onto your feet and to be able to file an asylum application. So I'm glad that they're proposing to remove that 1 year deadline for filing asylum. And we talked earlier about the U visa, so providing some increased protection to the U visa, to VAWA. VAWA is basically Violence Against Women's Act. And raising the cap. The U visa is only 10,000 numbers allowed. They want to raise it to 30,000. So these are some of the elements in the bill. We don't know what will actually be passed and what additional elements will be added or modified. So we have to wait and see. But it's definitely exciting that something is being proposed, but it's too soon to expect anything. And I think it's best not to get our hopes up too soon, because this has happened in the past and the bills have never been passed. But I think this now is the time that it's most likely to happen, because there's a majority in the House, and we have at least a simple majority in the Senate, and we need only 10 Republicans, and I'm hoping those 10 Republicans can be convinced to pass the bill. So I think it's the best time for any comprehensive immigration reform bill to be passed.
Yeah, it's high time. So yeah, there are what about the presidential proclamations that were already in place during the last administration? Is there a chance or any hope that the current administration going to rescind them? And a lot of people are stuck out of country, especially high skilled as well as the family based ones planning to come. So do you think any relief to them down the line?
So those presidential proclamations have been extended, as you know, till March 2021, March 31st, 2021. The 10014, which was that family-based presidential proclamation, and 10052, which suspended the entry of non-immigrants into the country, both have been extended until March 31, 2020, which means that they'll automatically be ineffective unless the present administration extends them beyond March 31st. And I doubt that they will be extended. I don't see any. So the good thing is that the Biden administration has to actually take an affirmative action and extend it. If they don't do anything, then they will not be extended. So it's more likely than not that they will not do anything rather than extend it. But one thing to know is that 2 executive orders are passed today or likely to be passed. One is they have removed the ban on
Muslim
travel
ban.
ban on Muslim countries, and also they have also the DACA thing also. In the form of an executive order that they
Reinstating
said they will
DACA.
reinstate DACA. But they also have said in a press release that they will not repeal the travel ban that's based on COVID. So CDC has placed some travel bans on the northern and southern boundary, and also some countries, European countries. So they have said they will not repeal the travel ban based on the CDC guidelines, because that makes sense. That's not politically motivated. It's based on the health and wellness of people in the United States. So that they will not repeal, but they have most probably already have repealed the Muslim ban, or will do that with immediate effect. And as I said, the other 2 bans with reference to the non-immigrant and the family-based immigration will automatically become ineffective as of March 31st. So I'm hoping that it will not affect this cap season. That's my hope.